This is not going to be easy, but over here, I'm gonna switch the top and the bottom. I've been doing all the laundry, like I told you, folding and sorting piles. That way it's ready to be put away. One thing I almost never do when I'm cleaning up my closet is rearrange the shelves, just because it's a little bit of a pain. And let's do a final walkthrough. I have a lot to share with you, and I am just absolutely thrilled with how it all turned out. I think this looks so much better over here. So let's jump straight into the before, because it is a doozy. Look at this closet, you guys. So much mess, so much clutter, and we have a lot of work to do in here. Obviously, we are going to switch up the layout. I cannot wait to show you this transformation. It's one of my favorites ever. All right, first things first, we're gonna be doing this in a little bit of an odd order because I'm a mom and I have things to do when it comes to that. So tonight I'm gonna go through all the clothing in here, do laundry. That way tomorrow we have all fresh clothing to fold and organize and work with. And then I also want to go look for some organizers real quick because I have like this kind of thing. It just fell apart. These organizers for shoes, I don't have a ton of them. Those are from Amazon. Those are great, but I need some shelf organizers, and I'm gonna measure the shelves. That way when I shop for stuff, I can know, if it's gonna fit or not. But I would love to find some for handbags. I would love to find some for accessories. That way I can fully get the most out of these shelves, because see how like this is a big open area, which this mirror I'm about to get rid of, we'll talk about that in the voiceover. But there's just a lot of like wasted space because I need some organizers to add to them. So let's get started. We've got a lot to do. So I will admit, when I organize spaces normally, I don't even measure. I just hope for the best, get a couple of options. But today I was on a mission. I wanted to make sure what I chose was going to fit in this space and make it as organized and functional as possible, and also be cute. So I was measuring all of the spaces I wanted to find organizers for, and then I headed to Home Goods, and I love shopping for organizers here. Obviously, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna find since I can't check their website first, but I found a great option that is super cute and looks amazing in this space. I grabbed those baskets. I was thinking about getting those neutral hangers. You guys know I love my hangers to all be the same color. Right now they're pink and black, but I mean, we have so many hangers. I just felt kind of wasteful doing that. Now we are headed home. So let's pick all of this up and then we can make it look really cute step by step and item by item. We are just getting started, guys. We have an insane amount of organizing to do. And it's the next day. I want to show you guys what I've been prepping for this project. So I've been doing all the laundry, like I told you, folding and sorting piles. That way it's ready to be put away. And then I'm so excited about these scalloped baskets I found at Home Goods. I actually was hoping I would find scallop baskets. I just feel like you never find exactly what you're looking for when you need it. So that was a major score. There are the larger style, obviously, and then slightly smaller. So we've got 4 baskets to fill shelves. And then this guy, I have an idea for this, but I'm not certain it's gonna fit. So let's go play around in there, wipe things down and dust and organize, and then we can start bringing all of this stuff in. Sometimes when I start a project like this and there's just so much mess, it's like I don't even know where to begin, but I just decided start with the floor. Obviously, I've got to walk around in here in order to organize it, and then the ottoman. I was going to say start again, but I guess then continue on with everything on the ottoman. So one by one, hanging items up, putting them in drawers. Of course, some of these are going to be moved around anyway, but I figured let's just put everything where I've been putting it away, and then we can work from there. I really needed a clean slate so I could even, figure out ideas on how we were going to improve this, and boy, do we. Everyone's closet has a different layout. Some of us only have hanging space, some of us only have drawers. Obviously, it's all a little bit different, but when I was designing this closet, which it's from IKEA, I wanted a little bit of everything, and also I have a very awkwardly shaped closet, as you could probably tell from this clip and, several in the first few minutes of this video. It really is like half windows, and I just think that was kind of an odd choice, but that's what I have to work with. So I have full length hanging space. I have those 2 rows of like the shirt hanging space, so like a half style. I have 6 hooks right here for pants, and then everything else is either on shelves or the drawers. And the only like articles of clothing that are folded and open are the sweatshirts, and then everything else is in the drawers. So I have, sort of like an interesting space to work with here, but I just wanted to call that out. I've always been a little bit of everything kind of person, so that's kind of how I decide the layout with things when I at least have the choice to. All right, it's a little more picked up in here, obviously still crazy, but I just wanted it at a point that I can actually work and not have so much stuff in the way. So the first thing we're gonna do is take this mirror out of here. I just ordered a new vanity for my office. It's actually in the garage. I need to put it together. It has lights and a table and drawers for all of my makeup. So I don't need this anymore. And I wanna start putting the baskets right here, because when you first walk into my closet, this is what you see. So I want this to be really, really cute and functional. I think I'm gonna put hair stuff in the smaller baskets because I really just don't love how these look. So let's start with a little makeover right here. So we are getting this first section ready, and one thing I always tell myself when I organize is I have to like what it looks like, because if I like what it looks like, I'm way more motivated to maintain it. Look at that dust, you guys. It was definitely time for this project. So one thing I almost never do when I'm cleaning up my closet is rearrange the shelves, just because it's a little bit of a pain, but we're gonna do that today because we want to do this right. And I wish this was like in real time so you guys could tell me what you think, but I just wanted to play around and see how these fit. Yeah, it's just probably gonna be like a center situation since they don't fit side by side. And then I wonder if these ones do. These smaller ones. So actually, okay. I kind of have to push it, but the small ones do fit side by side, so I might end up doing that. I was thinking I would put some of these baskets on this side and then some over there, but I think what I'm gonna end up doing is trying to do a lot of shoes there and a lot of like handbags here, since that shelf is the same width as this shelf. So let's make it functional and cute. Okay, here, down maybe. That actually fits a lot better over here. It's like literally perfect. So let's move these around. hopefully this fits width-wise. Stuff like that is so satisfying when you're doing an organization project. Honestly, puts a little pep in my step and makes me want to continue. But obviously the shelf was a little too high, so I'm going to bring it all down. One thing about these shelves is they do have a screw. I guess I technically wouldn't have to put the screw in all of the spacers to hold the shelf, but you know, trying to do things the right way. So unscrewing everything, screwing them back in to move the shelves. So we're going to change up almost all of these. And you know, like I said before, it is time consuming, but it is so worth it for the final result. Everything fits and looks so much better. Now, one thing I wanted to call out as I organize these handbags is you can absolutely organize the same item in multiple ways. So this first row here, they're all sideways so they fit better. Also, I just wanted to show you guys this. I got this at a YouTube event. It was my first ever event with YouTube a couple weeks ago. So a little keepsake tote bag. But I have all of those handbags sideways right here. And then on the next row, they're forward. So it's not it takes up a lot more space for a lot less items, but it looks really cute. And I already said to you, if you're going to maintain your organization, you've got to like what it looks like. So why not make it feel a little bit like a store on those shelves? So moving to the other side for a second to organize some shoes and to change the layout over here. If you're a regular viewer, then you know I kind of bop around when I do projects. I just always need to feel like, you know, excited about it. So sometimes moving around will do that for me. And I have that higher space that I was measuring for an organizer. I was thinking a jewelry organizer or a small mirror, but didn't really find anything. So I figured, why not shift these around? And all of that empty space would be really good for high boots. I only have these two, and that is exactly what fits. So I thought that was a good sign that it was the right layout for my closet. So I'm just gonna move all of those little pegs, and I'm going to measure and adjust for those boots, and then I will do flats and heels. And you guys, it ends up looking so cute. I can't wait to show you. All right, y'all, let's take a little break and do an unboxing real quick. I'm partnering with FabFitFun on this video, and let me just tell you, this is right up my alley because you guys know I love a deal, I love a look for less, I love a sale, and FabFitFun is a great way to just get such an insane value when it comes to fashion, fitness, beauty, wellness, and home products. There are 6 full-size products in here. The box is customizable. You get to choose the products, and the box comes 4 times a year. And also, once you are a member of FabFitFun Shopping Club, you have access to exclusive sales. They're members only, and you can shop top brands up to 70% off. Look how pretty this packaging is. There's Tarte, there's Barefoot Dreams, Fenty Beauty, Kate Spade, so many really great brands. Here's a bird's eye view of everything I picked out. This 8-inch frying pan, I'll use this all the time for eggs. Retail value $75. That's more than the cost of the entire box with all of these products inside. These beautiful hoop earrings, I'm gonna wear those all the time. The retail value is $85. This Ocean Eyes by Osha, which is a super luxe brand, $58. And then these capsule sliders for my at-home workouts, $25 retail value. This exfoliating bar, I'm so excited about this, retail value $30. So the value. I just cannot emphasize that enough. So the seasonal membership is $69.99 per quarter because remember it comes 4 times a year. And then the annual membership is $219.99. So that saves you $60 and the average annual member saves $1,700 per year. That's a lot. And lastly, this clarifying detox shampoo. I've always wanted to try this Living Proof brand, but it's pricey. Retail value is $36. So I really recommend the annual membership because you get the most out of it. And you also get first dibs at choosing products. Plus, each season's box has a value of up to $350. But when you use my code for an annual membership, each box is only $55. So use my code AlexandraGift for a free gift valued over $200 when you subscribe to a new FabFitFun annual membership. Just hit the link down below or the QR code on screen. Alright, so we have all of the levels sectioned out. Now we can add the shelves back in, and this is when the little shoe area really comes together. So the vast majority of the shoes I'm going to store in this space. Some are in the handbag area, high heel shoes I don't wear that often, and then the remaining are going to be downstairs. You guys know I keep a lot of shoes downstairs, like my options on a daily basis. Probably like half of my shoe collection, which is way too many, I keep right by our back door in a cabinet, and all of you guys have voted for a cabinet there over a basket in a recent video, so kind of mixing it up for spring. But let's put that last shelf on there and then we can start to load up all of the shoe organizers. And I just love the acrylic with the gold on those organizers. I'm so excited to show it to you done in just a minute here. Already starting to look so good in here. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm excited to see how this shoe area works out, and I can link these for you guys. I got them on Amazon a while back and I really like what they look like. They also come in a green and I think a blue if you want a little pop of color in your closet, but it's an adjustable shoe organizer, so there's 3 different heights here. I also think they come in a pack of 4, but I'm gonna do 4 across on 2 of these rows, and then the rest will probably have the shoes just, you know, standing alone. Y'all, the vibes are vibing. How fun is this little area over here? I have those floral high heels out because they definitely fit the spring and summer season. Those winter ones, like I told you, are gonna be in the handbag area. Don't worry, I'll show it to you in a few minutes. I realized I needed to adjust the shelf a little bit, and honestly, I could have gotten away with just leaving it, but I always tell you guys, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it right. So let's unscrew all 4 of these just to move it 1 row. That way I can fit 2 levels of sneakers here. And the vast majority of my sneakers are downstairs since I do my walks I've been obsessed with them recently. Many of you know that with my spring routine video and all my routine videos lately. I talk about my workouts, but all my, athletic sneakers are downstairs, and then the fun ones I wear only every once in a while, I keep up here.
Well, this definitely, it took a minute to get those shoes right, but it was absolutely worth it. Now I need to transition over here. I want to start, having the drawers organized and just figuring out placement and whatnot. So I want to start with the workout clothes, and that last accessory, I think I'm going to put somewhere over here.
Alright, so let's tackle our first real drawers in this video. These are a lot longer than the other side where we did the shoes. Those are very small drawers, so I can fit a lot more in these ones. And I have a lot of athletic clothes lately. I wear them obviously for working out, but also in everyday life and running errands and momming. They're comfortable and convenient, and I have one that is ready to go for working out solely because a lot of the time I'm using those very early in the morning and I just don't have time to search around and make sure that they fit and they're comfortable and they have the liners if I need them and whatnot. So the top drawer is stuff that's fully ready to go. It's essentially all of my sets. And then the bottom one is going to be the overflow. A lot of these are for house projects, honestly, or even sleeping. And then I'll have tops on the other side in a smaller drawer. So I used to have the workout clothing in only 2 drawers, but it was really tight. And I'm not doing a whole lot of the decluttering in this video, which you'll notice because I do so many home decluttering videos that I honestly have done a lot of it in my closet lately. I didn't really need to get rid of a whole lot. I just needed to have it organized in a better way. And I realized those 2 drawers, having them stuffed, it was just stressful and it was not convenient and cohesive, and it didn't make any sense. I needed a little more space. So that's why I decided to add this third one with only tops. And let me tell you, it's been a couple days and it has been such a lifesaver and a game changer. And I don't know, I'm just very overstimulated by opening a drawer that is way too jam-packed. So this has been working out really well. We are wrapping up this last drawer. I'm putting the onesie type sets in the one with the tops, and we're gonna move on to the last organizer that I picked up. So this one is an acrylic one. It has all of these little sections, as you guys can see, and I did get this for my Pilates socks. I thought it would just be fun to be able to actually see all of them. I know this is kind of an annoying thing, but you guys know I like annoying things. What can I say? I am who I am. So they all have fun sayings and prints and whatnot, and being able to see them, I just thought, I don't know, I feel like I've seen this on TikTok or Instagram Reels or something, and it just looked fun. And anything that can motivate me to do positive things like organize or take care of myself and exercise, I'm gonna do. So it looks really cute, all filled up.
So you guys know I love a drop and go station with bins and baskets, and I have a lot of nail stuff. I have a lot of hair stuff. There's different hair accessories over there. So I think it makes the most sense for one of these to be nails and one of them hair. Some stuff is a little messy and whatnot. So that way, if I just have one single station, I can put all of those items and it contains the mess and it still is gonna look really neat. And for the other small basket, I think I am going to use it for my glasses and sunglasses. I have used this for a long time. It's a cake stand, but obviously things get really dusty. Like, it is so dusty. And I know if everything's contained, that definitely will not happen as fast. This is not going to be easy, but over here I'm going to switch the top and the bottom because this is all mine. Some of this is for Chad, a little bit is mine, and it's hard to reach the top. Like, even on my tippy toes, I sometimes can awkwardly reach a hanger, I sometimes can't, so I just think it makes a lot more sense to switch it. Let's do this.
you guys have seen me reorganize this closet before, but I've definitely never done it as in depth as we are in this video. And I have always had these clothes hanging the opposite way, and it's always been annoying for me. So I cannot believe it took me this long to switch these rows, but girl, it has made my life so much easier. I was putting laundry away today and I reached up out of habit for skirts and then realized they were low and right in front of me. So worth it, and cannot believe it took me this long.
And this right here is exactly what I needed. I have skirts right here. I couldn't reach those. I have one to put away, and it's 10 times easier.
Now somehow we have made it 30 minutes in, and I have yet to mention the KonMari method for folding. Are we shocked? You guys know I love the KonMari method so much for tank tops and t-shirts, and sometimes pants. It really depends on the size of the drawer that you're working with, especially how high it is. So these ones are not very high. They're only a couple of inches. So I typically fold shorts and pants just like the regular way, and then I sort of layer them so I can almost see everything, but I don't have the height in those drawers to do KonMari, which is essentially like a rolling folding method, and I highly recommend it. If you've never heard of it, go search it up. I've got old videos on it, but I have all of the pants and then the shorts in those drawers on the other side. So now I'm just hanging up some items over in the full length area.
Let's do a final walkthrough. I have a lot to share with you, and I am just absolutely thrilled with how it all turned out. I think this looks so much better over here, having the shoes and the bags and the bins, especially when I walk by it in the bathroom. I don't have to look at a mess. It's just really cute and organized. So starting in this first corner, I have all of my workout sets right here. So this is all of my Pilates outfits, and I normally work out really early in the morning. So I've always liked to have a drawer that I know the workout sets are ready to go. The tops have pads in them if they need them. They're like appropriate and comfortable for working out. So I don't really have to think a whole lot early in the morning. And I did all of the short sets right here, all of the pants with full length leggings and these 2 rows, and then just some like loose pairs of leggings that I know are comfortable for working out. So on the very bottom in the center right here, these are my biking shorts. These are regular shorts in these 2 drawers. And then these are my extra leggings. One thing I do is I keep some really old leggings for paint projects and DIY projects around the house. So a bunch of those have paint on them, but they do come in handy. These baskets that fit so perfectly right here. So I told you guys I was going to do one for nails and then one for all of my hair stuff. For the next few shelves, I have handbags and then shoes. I don't really keep bags, obviously, in the boxes or dust bags or anything. I just like to leave things out. This is a purse holder. I've had that for so long, and obviously I don't really use it, but figured I would just put it right there. A few more, and then shoes. High heels is what I put on this for the most part, or shoes I don't wear very often. The only thing I want to change is the very top. It's hard to see them, so I'm gonna get like an angled shoe organizer I can put up there. And over here is so much better and so much more organized. So very top is just some extra things. My wedding shoes I don't wear too much. That hat is Chad's sweatshirts. That one is scarves and some baseball caps. Sweatshirts, already said that. I'm always asked about this. It's all right. It only holds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pairs of pants. So I honestly feel like it's more for looks, but I wouldn't say it's super functional. And then I keep all my bras here. These are my jeans, more jeans. And then down here are shorts. And now my Disney shelf is over here. It used to be on that wall, but it just worked out over here a lot easier. So I put all my bags here, and then the ears, I've always thought like I need to get a display for them, but I realized I had a headband holder I wasn't, you know, really using, kind of forgot about. So that looks perfect there. And then right here, I need to just get another shelf, I realized, from IKEA. So the next time I'm over there, I will do that just to, you know, put right here. Oh, I love this little sock organizer for all of my Pilates socks. How cute is that? And I didn't want to put anything on top of it because I don't want to bend or warp it. So that's another reason I'm like, I just need to get a shelf when I have the time. What did I put in here? Is this empty actually? Oh, sunglasses. Yeah, sunglasses and extra glasses are in there, and then socks and underwear, swimsuits. So one thing I really wanted to share in the walkthrough is stuff that I don't fold, because you guys know I used to be like someone that folded absolutely everything, but now I just don't think it's practical. Swimsuits and pajamas are so awkward when it comes to folding, so I just kind of smush them all in there. And then in here is extra workout tops. And even just walking over here when it's all clean is the best feeling ever. So now let's see what we did on this side. The biggest thing we changed is flipping this stuff and this stuff, just swapping rows. And I cannot believe I didn't do that sooner, but I told you guys, my husband obviously is taller than me. He can reach this stuff so easily, but I've always struggled on the top row, and almost everything on the top row is his. And then down here, everything is mine. And obviously I can reach that bottom row. So that's going to make life so much easier. And I honestly think it inspires me to wear a lot more like fun and cute outfits, because it's not so hard for me to reach all of these items. So shorts and skirts, tank tops, full length, and then sweaters. It is not a color coordinated system. I used to do that, but in this phase of life, I just don't have the energy for that. And then pajamas, as you guys know, are all in that drawer down there. So something we changed over here is obviously the shoe situation. So the boots up high, since I don't wear those a whole lot. We've got some heels right here that are in season. So the heels that are in the back, sort of out of season heels. I've got some flats in these, some little sandals and shorter heels, some sneakers. I keep almost all of my sandals and sneakers downstairs, but up here is just to overflow. And then I have necklaces here and random accessories here. I don't really have expensive accessories whatsoever. It's a lot of Amazon, as you guys know. And then this has always been just extra stuff. So I know it's kind of hard to tell right here, but keep all of the belts in there and just some random things. All of the t-shirts and tank tops that I like, the fitted ones, I keep in here. If it's not fitted, I hang it up so it's not all wrinkly. And then sweatpants and sweatpants. I used to kind of like roll them, but honestly, stacks side by side are totally fine. So my travel bags are all up in that little slot right here, and then all of my dresses are right here. It's also something that I used to categorize, but now I kind of just mix them all together, whether it's a fancy formal dress or an athletic dress or an everyday dress or even a swimsuit cover up. Honestly, they're all just kind of blended in there, and I honestly feel like I wear more items that way, because if all the fancy dresses are in the back and the long dresses, I kind of forget about them. So having it all mixed together, it honestly just, I don't know, I kind of like it right now. I go through phases, so you guys know that. I'll go through phases of like a really strong feeling and opinion about organizing one way, and then I get bored and I want to do something else. So that is everything for this closet organization video. Thank you so much for spending the time with me, keeping me motivated. I am absolutely thrilled that all of this is done, you guys. I needed this so bad. I'm gonna link some stuff down below in the description box. You can check there. Also, recent videos and more are always linked in the description box, so don't miss out on that. And I will see you right here in a few days in a brand new video. Bye.